This is your host, Carmen Radford, welcoming you back to another episode of the Calm and Chaos podcast, the space where we discuss everything from motherhood, relationships, and well being to education, music, and so much more. Okay, here we go. I'll admit, selling sunset has been a guilty pleasure, but after talking to the lovely Sirrekka, there is so much behind the scenes that we don't see. It's a journey to get to be that successful as a realtor, and Sirrekka has put in the work. Somehow her Instagram just looks so glamorous, and she is such a gorgeous human inside and out. But she shares with us the nitty-gritty and how she manages to have a work-life balance because real estate really can become a 24/7 job if you let it. And I get that kind of pressure because teaching can also turn into a 24/7 planning job. And so we talk about wellness and balance and how we're learning to take better care of ourselves while still working really, really hard. So join us in this episode. It's fantastic, and I hope you enjoy. Welcome
Okay.
back to the Calm and Chaos podcast. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm here with a very special guest from California, Sirrekka. She is a real estate agent, and I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. This is great. I
I'm
love
so
that you're doing this.
I'm so excited to talk to you and to share a bit about what you do and everything from real estate and into, I think you have a really great wellness journey. So I'm going to ask you some questions about that too.
Sure. Yeah.
But for our listeners, can you give a little bit of an introduction what you do in business?
Yeah, so I have been in business for myself since 2008. I started in mortgages. I got my mortgage license first, did that for about 10 years, and then
Wow.
everyone I would be on the phone with, they would talk about their house. I always wanted to do real estate. I just thought, well, truth be told, I didn't want to work every single weekend. In mortgages, I had the weekends
Sure.
off. So, and I
Yeah,
was, yeah, so I
that makes
initially
sense.
jumped into mortgages but then everyone was talking about their house and the features. Like, gosh, I want to be on that side. Like, I really
Yeah.
want to be, seeing the houses, showing the houses. So, and I
Yeah.
actually got both my licenses at the same time. So I decided
Wow.
in 20, yeah, I got them like consecutively one after the other. And then I kind of fell into mortgages through a good friend of mine. I
Okay.
was working in their office. Yeah, as just an admin person because I thought, oh, I want to learn that side of it.
Yep.
I got my real estate license first, actually. Sorry.
Okay.
And then I did the mortgage job and I was like, this is actually really great. Like it
Mm,
affords you to have like a decent lifestyle and some
sure.
balance, whereas
Yeah.
real estate can be much harder
Like
to
up and
have
down, isn't it? 'Cause it's
balance.
not
I found
consistent. Mm-hmm.
well, that and you just have to jump. Like your client calls and
Right.
they're like, can we see this house today at 3 o'clock? And you're like,
Right.
yeah, let me,
Yes.
move things
Right.
around because you don't, we're in servicing our clients. That's our
Mm,
job. That's why we're getting paid is to provide this service. So
mm,
if you're always busy and you're saying, no, sorry, I
right.
can't make it. No one, your buyers aren't going to work with you. If you're a heavy listing agent, that's fine, but then you also have to show up for your listing appointments. If you're having higher end listings, we don't put lock boxes on anything. So you need to be
Right.
very available in real
Of
estate,
course. Yeah.
at least, or have a team or, someone that you can bounce things off of.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
went into marketing first. Yeah, and then, kind of got sick of sitting at my computer 10 hours a day
Right.
and talking about this. And then I switched in, I think it was 2017, I went full time into real estate. So I've been 8 years
Wow.
full time in real estate.
Yeah, it's a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And you've moved around quite a bit doing it. What can you tell me about
Mm,
like you have?
yeah,
You've
I
kind of
have.
been a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
not.
around the world. And so the what are some of the things that really interest you about new places? Like what are some of the differences as you moved around that kind of caught your eye like this could be really cool in a new place?
Well, just lifestyle. I think I moved for
Mm.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
As cool as amazing as Vancouver's such a great city
Yeah,
and
it is.
it's got so much to offer and that's where we're from and
Yeah.
we obviously love it.
Yeah.
But the weather, not
Yeah.
seeing the sun for 2, 3 weeks at a time and just like living for vacations in the winter.
Yes.
I the first time I went to Maui, yeah, I was like, wow, I should be living here. So,
Yeah.
and I lived in the Cayman Islands for a while, and
Wow.
I just, sunshine like feeds my soul.
Yeah.
So, and to be in the darkness and the rain,
Mm-hmm.
even though, I have my family's there and I have amazing, life that I built
And
and friends,
connections and
I
everything. Yeah.
just yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the hard part about moving away because you don't
Mm-hmm.
have that. So I
No,
would say
I get that.
I've tried that yeah, but also I was just saying this to a friend of mine last night. When you move somewhere else, you kind of get to reinvent yourself in your life, and you're like, well,
Yep.
what do I want my life to look like? Who do I want to
Yes.
surround myself with? And
Yes.
what kind of life do I want to build?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't necessarily have those old friendships that may
Yeah.
not be serving you anymore. You
Yeah.
have to find new people to surround yourself with and build a new circle. And I
Yeah.
am so blessed to have the circle that I have here in California. I have some really amazing people in
Yeah.
my corner and around me. And at first, when you move somewhere, it can be really hard to meet people.
So
But I
hard.
think
Yeah.
once you're a little yeah, well, you
Yeah.
moved to another country,
Yeah.
the world, and
Yeah.
like your world becomes very small. Like when I moved here, I only
Right.
knew my partner and his family.
Yeah.
I had one
Same.
friend
Yeah.
through his family, like girlfriend, and as it was it was hard. It was really hard. So,
Yeah, you realize you
um,
really have to build the village. Like you were saying, you have to start kind of picking
yeah,
and choosing. And because you are in a unique position, it's a scary position to go somewhere new by yourself, but it's also this incredible opportunity if you let it be, isn't it? And just having that mindset,
yeah,
like I can grow this, I can develop my life in the way I want it to be. Yeah.
yeah. But you really have to put in effort. I think at our age,
Yes.
we're not in college anymore. You're like, and I. And kudos to one of my friends who she's like, "Hey, do you want to go for coffee?" Like we're good friends now, but she took the initiative to say, "Hey, do you want to go for coffee?" And I'm like,
Okay.
I wasn't doing that. I
Yeah.
wasn't like asking people to hang out. And then I realized like, when you like someone, you're like, "Hey, maybe we should hang out. Like maybe we should go for
Totally.
coffee or maybe yeah,
And they're
so
probably feeling the
it's
exact same way and feel so like excited when you ask. Because
yeah,
we're all
yeah.
just
So
like, yeah,
we need to like normalize making friends when we're older.
totally.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I feel
absolutely.
like and some places are a little clickier than others, I feel
Sure, but you'll
like,
feel your way through,
but
like
there's
I think you get a pretty good
yeah.
radar the more, the more life you live, really. You really see who you connect with and life changes and
Mhm.
you see who rolls through it with you, don't you? Or and you see those memes and stuff on Instagram talking about like, what about those friends who come into your life a lot later and they're like golden friends,
Yeah.
But it does take a
Yeah.
different amount of effort like you're saying. I in the book The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins that I was telling you about, she talks about
Love it.
how proximity matters, like if they live by
Mm.
you and are
Yeah,
they kind of doing the same thing as you, or there's all these reasons why you might connect with someone, um
for sure.
and it's just, yeah, it's just so valuable to reach out and just because you just never know who you're going to
You
connect with.
don't.
And
Yeah, it's true.
it's
It's
really,
true.
really lovely. What do you think your favorite thing is about real estate?
Honestly, I think it's the connections that you make and the
Oh,
people, like for
amazing.
me,
Perfect. Yeah.
yeah, truly like the houses are great. It's
Hmm.
beautiful. I love architecture. I love design. I love,
Yes.
um, interior design. I love decorating. Like I used to do staging.
Oh, that sounds
And
fun.
so I
Yeah.
love all of that element.
Hmm.
But I think the thing that keep two things, like one, every day is different, and it's
Mm,
challenging because like if I wasn't challenged, I
you
wouldn't
get
enjoy
bored.
it. And it's definitely
Mm.
challenging, and it makes you, work on your skill set, and
Yeah.
it's forever challenging. Every client is different, every house
Yes.
is different, every sale is different. So it definitely keeps things interesting for sure.
Such a good
And
point.
then
Yeah.
second is just like, yeah, the connections you make. Like I have
Sure.
this older couple that are in their 70s. They're from New York. I never would have been friends with them, if it wasn't for real estate. But now I have dinner with them like once a month and like they're
That's
just they're such great
amazing.
people. And yeah, they're kind of like, I don't know, they don't have kids, so I feel
Oh,
like
wow.
I'm
So
like
they
their
just love having you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like kind of like we're just kind of they're very sweet and they just do such nice things. And I check on their house when they're because they have two houses and yeah,
Wow.
they're just, I never would have had those connections and made those I've made
Sure.
so many friendships through mortgages and real estate in the
Right.
last 15 years. Like
Well, and
I
people are
have
trusting you
great
with
kind
like it's an important thing buying a house and choosing the right
for
location
sure.
and yeah, it's a really
Mhm.
vulnerable thing, isn't it? So it's like so lovely if you can make a good relationship with an agent and trust
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
you
you're
know?
right. And sometimes yeah, and sometimes I forget that because I just think like I'm very trustworthy. Like I
Of
would
course.
never
Yeah,
do
well,
anyone.
yeah.
But other people don't always know that right off the bat. So you're right. Like
Sure.
I do find there's a big difference in the US versus Canada. Canadians are
Okay.
much more trusting and
Oh,
Americans, are kind of like they have their guard up a little bit and
okay.
they once they get to know you, they're like, "Oh, okay.
And
This lady is,
the real
yeah,
deal and
whatever."
probably really grateful
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But it takes a little bit to knock down their walls. I'm not gonna lie. Like they kind of had a wall up, and I was like, "What's up with these people?
You're
Why
like,
aren't
new
they
challenge acquired.
Yeah." And so now you just kind of have to show them who I think, most people they kind of have to get to know you a little more.
Yeah,
But mind you,
okay.
most of my business was from referrals before too. So, people
Absolutely.
that
Word
have
of mouth is
so
so
that's
powerful. Yeah.
yeah, so you walk in and they already know you and trust you because I sold their friend's house or their mom's house or whatever the case may be. So
Yeah.
here it's obviously a little bit different. I have to earn that trust, which I'm totally fine with doing. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just it's different for me. But
You've
I'm
navigated it.
adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly.
as you're saying, it can be a 24/7 job if you let it. And
For
so
sure.
how, because I know that you are incorporating like some wellness activities um, into your
Mhm.
daily life, and I can see that you're really prioritizing them, and we all need to learn to do that. And it's so hard in such a busy world. So how
Yeah.
are you managing to do the work-life balance with such a demanding job?
Well, for me, COVID made me really lazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't get up early to go to the gym because there was no rush because no one was doing anything. You couldn't even go to the gym, first of all,
Hmm.
for a while. And
Hmm.
then, I was getting up like 7 and then it was 7:30 and then
Hmm.
sometimes it was 8 if I had the blinds closed. And then, I started getting back the world started going back to normal and I just had this terrible habit of not waking up early. I used to be at the gym at 6,
Right.
6:30. Pre-COVID. And
Hmm.
then I could blame COVID, but really it's me and my habits. But my habits slipped for sure during
It affected
COVID.
everyone. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, gosh, I just felt behind all day and I wasn't getting
Mhm.
things done. So I think for me, the number one biggest thing is just getting up early because then you give yourself the time to get everything done.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you have energy, like you're fresh in the morning. Yeah.
Same. And I've always been I can't work out at night. I just won't. I can't. I don't want to.
Hmm.
I, I need to work out, just get it done. And then I feel so much better for my day, like
Yes.
so much more prepared for my day. I was just telling
Hmm.
my girlfriend was having a tough day. I'm like, when's the last time you exercised?
Mm.
She's like, yeah. I'm like, go to the gym. It just changes everything.
It
And it
does.
doesn't have to be the gym. Maybe it's going for a run, or maybe
Yeah.
it's playing pickleball, or maybe it's like
Yeah.
whatever it is to kind of change that flip that switch in your mind. And then
Totally.
you're back to like a better version of yourself. Because if
Absolutely,
you don't
because
give
you're
yourself
tapping into all the right hormones and chemicals and everything. You're literally giving yourself an endorphin boost, aren't you? So, yeah.
100%, and you need
Yeah.
that. And especially if you're a busy mom or you're an entrepreneur or whatever the case may be,
Hmm.
like you have a high stressful job or you're taking care of someone, like you
Yes,
literally need to take care of yourself first
you do.
because
It's the hardest
in
lesson in
order to
life,
take
isn't it?
And it sucks. Like this morning, I've been hitting snooze the last couple days, and I was like,
That's all right. You
get
also need
and
to rest.
true, but you also have to keep your promises to yourself.
Hmm.
So, and I've really been like, once a week, I'll let myself sleep in and be like, if I don't feel like it that morning, like,
That's
fine.
okay.
Like, you have
Hmm.
one day a week that you are, you're not feeling it. But the other days, like, I'm making a commitment to myself to look
Yeah.
after myself. And
Yeah, and I think
and
you're
it
right.
just
It's the consistency, isn't it? Otherwise, I
for
can't,
sure.
I feel it's so unmotivating if you're not prioritizing it every day because you'll slip, won't you? And as well,
Yeah,
it's
and
like a habit too, isn't it? Like if you the more you make it a habit, the more you're going to crave it, and all of a sudden exercise is fun again, isn't it?
yeah, but you have to find the exercise that you like. Not
Absolutely.
everyone, if you're just doing something and you hate it, like it's
Yeah.
just going to be terrible.
Yeah.
So like even not everyone, I hate running. I'm not running. Don't make me
Mm.
run. I've
Hmm.
ran, I did half Ironman. I'm done. I have not
Amazing.
run since.
Okay.
I was like, no, no more.
I'm done. I've done it.
But I do miss the runner high a little bit, but I just think it was
Okay.
really hard on my body. Like my body doesn't like
Mhm.
running. I'm not a tiny girl.
Same.
I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
It just
I'm a
doesn't come
little more
naturally.
curvy. No, it doesn't. Like yeah, it's just not my jam. So now I love weight training. I love Pilates.
Yeah.
Just doing different things that my body
Yeah.
kind of I enjoy doing.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
makes a
I
big difference.
love weight training now. And I was always, I
Mm.
couldn't, I would, was never good at long distance running either. I could do sprints and stuff and I could play sports. So I had that kind of like body and endurance. But every
Yeah.
time I try and run, it's so unpleasant for me. And then I see people like running by me and I'm like, why? And I just don't think it's my thing. You know?
It's not
Um
mine either. I gave up on it. I'm like, I'm just not a runner. I'm okay with that. I'm just
and
not a
it's
runner.
fine. And if you do it once in a while, like I always have to walk my dog, so I do try and push myself to like sort of intermittently run.
Mhm.
But weight training feels so good. And you see
Yeah,
so
and
much about it now,
you do,
right?
and well, mind muscle connection. And as women, like we
Yes.
start to lose muscle very quickly
Yes.
over 30. And if we're
Mm-hmm.
not trying to build muscle or keeping our muscle,
Yeah.
it like no way. And
Have to put in the
like
work now.
whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like the real estate shows on TV now, like Selling Sunset can be a guilty pleasure, but can you walk us through like the day in the life, the behind the scenes that we're not seeing? Because I know you work so hard. You worked so hard to get to even be a realtor, and I know you put in the grind. And then somehow you also make it look really beautiful and glossy on Instagram. But I know that you do like your due diligence. So walk us through like if I came with you for a day, what am I going to see?
Well, a day, you should come with me for a week, actually.
Okay.
So you see
A week.
all the good and the bad, like the nitty
Mhm.
gritty. I think, if anyone did want to be in real estate or was thinking about a career in real estate, I would highly advise them to like follow someone around for a week and
Yeah.
see all the stuff that we do because a lot of it's not pretty.
Hmm.
A lot of it's super boring, reading long reports, like
Mm.
arguing over repair requests and getting
Right.
quotes and like there's just so much like,
Okay.
behind the scenes work. And I have a client right now. He's like, this seems really easy. It's going so smoothly. I was like, if it's going smoothly, that means I'm doing
You're
my
doing your
job. And
job. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
looking after a whole bunch of things behind the scenes because
Yeah.
that's my job. That's why you
Yes.
hired me. Like I'm trying to line everything up and make everything go as easily as I can
Yeah.
for you. So,
Yes.
because buying or selling a house is so stressful just to
Yes.
begin with. It's a lot for people. So I think one of the biggest parts of my job is to minimize that and make it as smooth as possible. So I'm not like the TV shows where I'm drinking champagne and fake, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll give you $10 million. No, I'm only going to take eight. Like, there's none of that. There's really none of
Yeah.
that. There's a lot of nitty gritty. There's a
Yeah.
lot of, oh, these people left this stuff behind. Well, let me like go over
What
there
do you
and
do
take it
with
to the
it?
dump or clean this out or,
Yeah.
hire cleaners. So many people don't leave their houses clean and then we end up
Oh,
cleaning it. You know what I mean? So at
yeah.
the end, a lot of things, fall on us. However, this is what we signed up for. This is
Mm.
part of it. But I think unfortunately, um, the TV shows can really
Kind of negate that. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
they don't show the ugly. They show like, oh, we're showing these beautiful houses and Ferraris and, making
Mm.
these big deals. I'm like, that's not really how it goes for
Yeah.
vast majority. And also people's houses, yes, there's amazing, pretty, beautiful houses, but
Hmm.
not. everyone has those houses. Not many people have that kind of house. I would
Yeah.
say, I'm very fortunate here where I live. The houses are
Yeah, it's
beautiful. A lot of them
beautiful.
are really well maintained. But if you look across the country, it's not like that.
Yeah.
That's not the that's but it's TV, it's for show. But I hope people
Yeah.
know that we do a lot more than just drink champagne and drive around in Ferraris and Range
Yeah.
Rover.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
what
we do
you've,
actually work a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, it's always we're paperwork, emails, we're buried in that. We have
a
and we
lot.
have a huge team behind us too. Like we
Yeah.
have transaction coordinators,
Right.
we have, there's just so much to it that
Yeah.
yeah, so I really would love to like have a
A
realistic
real
show
one.
that follows all
Real
around.
real estate.
You're like, God, this is
The real
terrible.
real
Why would
estate of the
anyone do this
OC.
job? Yeah, are you up at 11 o'clock at night negotiating a contract? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be asleep. So,
Yeah.
or, yeah, so everyone, some agents stay up late, some sta agents get up early,
Really,
it can
yeah.
happen. An
Like
early
you
bird.
don't have your weekends, like you were saying, like it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, weekends are tough. I think,
Yeah.
once you're in it for a while, I think most agents will try to, after 10 years, you're like, I need a Saturday off, I need a Sunday, and you get someone to do your open house or whatever. But
Yeah.
you really have to put in the time, and I'm
Yeah.
talking years of working
Yeah.
weekends, like a lot of
Yeah.
weekends.
That's a
So
lot.
it's a 7-day week job,
Yeah.
career.
It really
You
is.
don't there's the odd person that takes Sundays off and good for them, they want to spend it with their family, but that can affect your business. And if you're
Yeah,
okay with that, then you are.
absolutely.
But I have worked 7 days a week for a while and I'm
For
okay
many
with
years.
it
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, there's sort of sacrifice in most jobs, isn't
Always.
there?
It's
Yeah.
everyone's job. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And people sacrifice their time or their family a little bit or their,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. And
Hmm.
whatever you're comfortable with, and everyone's comfortable with, different things. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And we're all finding that balance and we're all learning more about, just before we started, you and I were talking about, seeing a naturopath and,
mhm,
everything in life is sort of becoming, we need to listen to ourselves. We need to listen to our bodies. There's so much awareness of women's health now and really being in tune
finally.
and what works for, like the first thing you said, I said, what did your naturopath say? And you said, well, it's very individualized. So, what works for
Mhm.
you might not work for me, and that's okay. Um,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of trial and error, unfortunately, I think for us. Um, but, you know, we're just,
Well, anyone who wouldn't go to a naturopath, I think is kind of, I find it interesting. They're like, oh, that's really expensive. I'm like, okay, well, how much did you spend on that purse? How much did you
yeah.
spend on those sunglasses? How much do you spend on your car? You'll spend $50,000 on a car or even
What
like a
about
hundred,
you?
but you won't spend $2,000 at the naturopath to make yourself feel better, but your car payment's $1,000 a month.
You know what?
Like I
So,
just don't,
yeah.
I don't get that
It's
at
so
all.
interesting that you said that because I just really randomly saw a metaphor about a car, comparing it to a human and saying, say you bought a car and you kept it like for your whole lifetime, how many times would you have to take it into the shop? How many times would you have to get it like clean, tuned, like check the brakes, check this, da da da. Da. And it's like, why are we not prioritizing that for ourselves? It's crazy.
Yeah. Definitely. We
Yeah.
need new tires. We need new,
Yeah.
you know, oil change. We need like
Yeah.
all the things to keep us running
This is it.
properly.
Yeah.
And for me, like my naturopath changed my life. Like I feel so
Amazing.
much better. I
Wow.
look better. I feel better. Like my
Hmm.
system works, like my everything.
Yeah,
My body wasn't absorbing nutrients. Like my body was literally not absorbing the food that I was eating.
that's
Like gut health is obviously huge.
oh,
We're finally learning about it. I
yes.
don't think like, there was no such thing when we were growing up about gut
No.
health. We
No.
didn't know.
No, and
So,
connecting the mind, gut, and everything. No, we had no idea.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And I think we're very fortunate to be growing up, well, not growing up, but living
Yeah.
in an
Growing up this
era
stuck in
that,
bed.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no,
that
we are. You're
we
right, though. Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
our parents didn't know.
No.
However, our food was a lot cleaner back when our
Yes.
parents,
Maybe we
even
didn't
when
have
we
to
were
worry as
younger.
much. Hmm.
Yeah, I think like fruit tasted better back
Oh,
then and
yeah.
flavor,
Yeah.
Now water like white and red and has no seeds.
Mhm.
Like just
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Like what we're doing to our food is really weird, but
Yeah.
that's a whole other talk. That's a
Yep,
different talk.
absolutely.
We could go down that rabbit hole,
Yeah.
but we won't today.
No. Okay, I'm gonna just ask you a few little questions and then I've got my final question. So, um, just a couple little rapid fire ones. What's your favorite color?
Probably blue.
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 Is it calm for you?
I think just because like I'm an ocean baby, like
Hmm.
you, we're both cancers, we're
Hmm.
waters, and
Yes, that's true.
I need the water. I love the
Yeah.
water. The water is
It's
my
just your
happy
happy
place.
place.
So,
Yeah.
and like blue, there's so many different colors of blue.
Totally.
Like
So many different
it's very
shades.
calming. I
Yeah.
would say it's very calming. Yeah.
Okay.
And
What?
navy blue, good. Navy
Yeah,
blue, light blue. Like there's
that's
just so
true. You
many.
can get the bright
Yeah.
blues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Jeans go with everything and they're blue.
Totally. Blue jeans. Yeah.
Blue
Blue.
jeans.
Blue for sure. Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite song?
Oh, probably Springsteen by Eric Church.
Okay.
So just there's a line in it. It says, um, melody is a memory, and it's true. Like anytime you hear a melody, it just
Yeah.
reminds you of a memory.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
it's something that song is, I don't know, that and probably Stand By Me. I have a lot of favorite songs, but like
Yeah.
Stand By Me is a beautiful
Those are
song,
sticking out. Yeah.
and What a Wonderful World is also,
Yeah, I sing that to my
yeah.
babies. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
music is just so magical. Like there's
it
nothing like
is.
it.
It's so
Hmm.
magical. I always say there's just so many ways you can connect with music. It's just so
Yeah,
multifaceted. Um,
yeah,
whether you're listening to it or dancing or playing an instrument or writing it or it's the words or
yeah,
it's the music, like it's magical. You're right.
yeah.
Um, what is your favorite animal?
Oh, it's so hard. So hard because I love
You
all
love all
animals
animals.
so much. My
Yeah.
parents have goats, and they're the funniest, silliest little things
I love
ever.
goats.
I used to,
Oh,
yeah, love playing
are
with
they just
them.
so full of joy?
They are. They're just cute and funny, and they do the weirdest things and
Yeah.
they move weird. And they're just like, they're just these little balls of funny energy,
Oh
and they're
my
just so
gosh.
cute. But obviously, I love dogs. Like, I've
Yeah.
rescued dogs and fostered dogs for the last, like, I guess 8 years. So,
Hmm.
if there's an animal that I think I connect with the most, it's just like dogs are just like your little
They're
people, or
magic too. Yeah,
yeah, they are magic.
really
Like,
are.
really, there's nothing like, they're just always happy to see you and they
Oh,
love you.
they're
They're
just
just
these
they're
pure
just balls,
souls.
balls of love.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
they
really
really
are.
are.
So I think they're magic too, for sure.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
little
Music and
doggos.
dogs. So on the beach, that's what we
Yeah.
need.
Yep. 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 Exactly. Exactly. That life is perfect. That's all we need. Yeah.
Right, our last question that I ask all my guests. What is something that helps you stay calm in all of the chaos?
I think for me, definitely it's exercise. That just balances me out. Doing or a walk on the beach, like in
Mm-hmm.
the last couple months, if I'm feeling kind of like too much is going on, I'll
Yeah.
like unplug, go down to the beach. And
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate that I live, 10, 15 minutes from the beach.
Yeah.
So,
Gosh, I miss
um,
it.
I
Yeah.
know. I've in times in my life that I've moved away from the beach, I felt it right away, and
Mhm.
then I had to move back. Like there's just something always drawing. As much as
Yeah.
I'd love to move inland and buy a cheaper house,
Yeah.
I just can't. Like I need to be close to
Mhm.
the ocean. I need to be 10, 15 minutes away from it at
Yeah.
most because it's my happy place. It's what
Yeah.
grounds me. So
Yeah.
I would say going to put your toes in the sand, or
Yeah.
feet on the grass. I think that's what, because it's just connecting you back
It
to
is.
to what's important,
Yeah.
and what, yeah, for
Yeah.
me that's what,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And you're right. It's the feeling of the sand and the water. It's listening to the waves. It's
Mm.
like smelling the fresh air. It's just connecting all your senses back to your surroundings, the immediate surroundings, isn't it? And just
Yeah,
those natural things
yeah,
that
yeah,
make us feel good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you're down there, like when you're there, you're just like, oh, this is so
Yeah,
peaceful and beautiful, and everyone's
it is.
happy. Like people
Yeah.
aren't mad at the beach.
Yeah, that's true.
So, everyone's just like living their best life. And for 20 minutes, it just refreshes you and recharges you, and then can carry on with your day. But sometimes I have to unplug during my day or I try to find
Yes.
time to go do that.
I feel
Yeah.
like I need to name this episode Nobody's Mad at the Beach.
It's true though. No one's ever mad on a jet ski and no one's ever mad at the
No
beach.
one's running around on a jet ski so angry.
Never. You never see anyone mad on a jet ski. They're just like living their
Yeah,
best life.
that's true. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so funny. Oh my gosh. All
Yeah.
right. Well, Sarika, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to put this episode out. It's been wonderful.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. It's always great to see you,
You
chat with
too.
you.
You too.
Okay.